Hello, members of St. Paul's and friends of St. Paul's. My name is Patty Kollander. I'm the senior warden at St. Paul's, and I'd just like to spend a few minutes talking to you about ways in which St. Paul's has coped during this challenging time of pandemic, and to discuss stewardship with you as we head into our 2021 stewardship campaign. Even though this has been an extremely challenging year in so many ways, I'm pleased to report some good news. And that good news is that despite the unforeseen challenges presented by the pandemic, the church has been active in many, many ways. We've done far more than merely survive. Our dedicated leaders and staff have worked extremely hard to reimagine the church's ministry in innovative ways in order to continue to share God's grace with community. And I hope the following slide will demonstrate to you the strength with which St. Paul's has responded to the challenges of pandemic. With regard to worship, since March, we've offered weekly services online. And Father Paul has offered morning prayer Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. and evening prayer Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. via Facebook. Transition to in-person worship. This happened while still live streaming services. From October to late November, in-person services were held Sundays at 8 and 11 a.m. And then in late November, the regular 3-service schedule resumed with illuminated worship on Saturdays at 5 p.m. and Sunday services at 8 and 10 a.m. And of course, throughout, St. Paul's has scrupulously observed all safety protocols. Healing service with Holy Eucharist resumed in October. And we've also managed to stay connected as well. We're staying connected with prayer. We've established a prayer by phone ministry, and those who wish can call the numbers listed below. And these numbers are listed in every weekly bulletin you get via email. So if parishioners want to share concerns confidentially regarding their prayer concerns, they can do so by calling the numbers listed below. We're staying connected via Zoom coffee hour meetings every Sunday morning since March, and you can just pop in for 5 minutes just to say hello. We can continue to stay connected that way. We're staying connected by making welfare calls. Church volunteers have been given lists of parishioners and have regularly called to check on them to see if all is well and if St. Paul's might assist them in any way. A new church directory online is going to keep us connected, and we've stayed connected via educational programs. Father Paul has offered the Fall Rector's Bible Study, God Sets Us Free, A Journey Through Exodus, and Father David has offered Lectio Divina Tuesdays via Zoom. We've also had a film-based dialogue series on race and faith called Sacred Ground that was facilitated by Ellen Kentner and Kristen Murtaugh, and they're going to facilitate another class coming in 2021. We've also offered an Advent study series, The Christ Story Retold, and we've had several sessions regarding the mysteries of the Advent season, the Annunciation, the Visitation, Visit of the Shepherds, and the Gifts of the Magi. So those classes were held as well via Zoom. The church has offered Christ-centered yoga classes with Sally Grillo. These were held in the summer and the fall months on Tuesday evenings via Zoom. The St. Paul's Day School, I'm happy to report, is open. It's a safe place for children to play and learn. Though St. Paul's Day School had to go virtual for 3 months beginning in March, its dedicated staff use all resources at their disposal in order to stay in contact with the children. The staff then spent summer months learning all the best practices and guidelines from the CDC, Health Department, and diocese to meet the criteria for reopening the school, which was all the more necessary since many students are children of essential workers whose services are vital during this time of pandemic. The day school has strictly observed all safety measures, and the great efforts have paid off. Day school director Liz Ryan reports that attendance has never been so good. She adds that their social and emotional growth is immense during the time they spend at the day school, and that this is something that cannot be duplicated online. The church also celebrated the blessing of animal friends. There was a day school pet blessing, and instead of bringing the animals to the church area, to the church campus, they brought pictures of their animals for a special blessing. Paul's Place has also done well during the time of pandemic. Of course, it closed in March, but thanks to strong fundraising over the years, Paul's Place retained its staff, and they in turn collaborated with other faith-based secular organizations to help students' families file for financial assistance. Additionally, Paul's Place was able to deliver food support to children and their families. 60 food parcels are distributed each week. And thanks to Paul's Place partnership with Jewish Family Services of Palm Beach County, all children have laptops. And after months of planning and preparation and following all diocesan and Palm Beach County safety protocols, Paul's Place reopened on August 31st as a distance learning support center. And they also provided Christmas to Paul's Place children. Paul's Place staff and volunteers made this a very special Christmas for all the spectacular children and their families. Everyone went home with presents, Christmas trees, and full meals, thanks to the efforts of Paul's Place in partnership with other faith-based organizations and secular organizations as well. Roxanne, a Paul's Place student in the 8th grade, a highlight of her fall during this time of crisis. Nonetheless, we have every reason to be so very proud of her. She gave her 8th grade speech on December 10th. And so we're very proud of Roxanne's achievements. St. Paul's has continued its commitment to mission and outreach. The Delray Food Pantry and Caring Kitchen are feeding the hungry. The Caring Kitchen is distributing meals to go Monday through Saturday in Delray Beach. The shower truck services have not only resumed but also expanded. So St. Paul's has also partnered with the great folks at Hope, South Florida, to provide showers in Broward County at Christ Methodist Church. The South Florida Haiti project, we're very proud to report that 100% of the 9th graders and graduating year students at Bon Samaritan School in Bondo, Haiti have passed the Haitian National Education Exam. Considering that nationwide exam pass rate for 9th graders and graduating year students is 76% and 46% respectively, this is indeed a stunning achievement. The Chicken Coop Economic Sustainability Project was completed in April of 2020. So this is great help to the members of that community in Haiti. We've also reimagined our special events, including Back to School Blessing. This happened when this at the beginning of the school year. There was a prayer service, of course socially distanced, that was held at the church, and there was a drive-through where students got a blessing and a small bag of goodies. And another event that was reimagined was the blessing of the animals. This was done in the drive-through fashion to great success. We welcome very wonderful, many furry, wonderful friends. The trick-or-treaters were blessed also at the church on October 31st, on the actual day of Halloween, and all the kids who came got another bag of goodies. The Advent Reef workshop was a sellout, and it was held both in person and drive-through in late November. The email links that the church issues every week, it also provides links to informative and timely workshops to assist parishioners and friends of the parish during this time of crisis. So as I hope you can see, St. Paul's has really risen to the challenge presented by pandemic. And to transition a bit to stewardship, what does the Bible say about stewardship? Well, according to Scripture, God created earth for humankind, and we are now stewards of his creation. Therefore, our stewardship of creation involves caretaking of the environment and animals, as well as our families and communities. And as I hope you've seen, St. Paul's has contributed mightily to all of these, despite the challenges of pandemic. I invite you to please prayerfully consider your pledge to St. Paul's in light of its commitment to stewardship of the souls of its members and its wonderful outreach to children and families in the community. For those of you who are members of households that contribute faithfully but don't make a pledge, please do make yourselves official by filling out a pledge card. This will help us out a lot. If you have 2 residences, you can make 2 pledges. This would be most helpful. Even in this time of pandemic and social distancing, as I hope you can see, far more unites us than separates us. The church has tried to bridge the gap that the pandemic has presented and has challenged us with, and so the church has tried to unite us, and therefore we are one in the Spirit and one in the Lord. And I'd like to thank you for your attention to this presentation, and I invite you to make your pledge as generous as you possibly can. Thank you very much for your attention.